everybody, welcome to Hang Time. I am here with the fabulous Greg Anderson, All-Australian, Magarey medalist, 103 games for Essendon, 150 games for Port Adelaide, and he had a couple for the Crows as well.
Just a couple.
Just jumped around a little bit, mate. You sound like you're easy to buy. Hey, Anno, thanks for coming on, mate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's go back to the start, mate. Woody High for you. Well, I guess it was St Michael's before Woody High, was it?
Yeah, I started St Michael's in grade 3 and very passionate about my SMC, and got to year 12 and I started playing league footy, and the headmaster gave me the ultimatum that I either keep playing first 18 or I have to leave the school to continue my career at Port Adelaide. So hence I'd done my last couple of terms at Woodville High. So it was a tough decision because it's such an important year, but I had been playing first 18 since second year, and Phil, I'm playing in front of. My first game I played in front of 20,000 people against Sturt at Footy Park, and then they expected me in a few weeks' time to go and play down at perhaps down at Pembroke or something like that, and in front of a few mums and dads.
I could see it was difficult. Headmaster didn't really think it out that well, did he?
But he was from interstate. It was his first year, and it was just the way it was, and it was for me very unfair, because it was such an important year.
Well, you're 17 years old, 1983.
16.
16,
yeah,
16.
Yeah.
1983, you played Sturt. What can you remember from the game?
Oh, well, I mean, I got to go back a couple of days earlier when Russell Levitt came up to me.
The great man.
I was just, it was like, I've just grabbed my boots out of the boot room.
Yep.
And Russell's come up to me and said, Greg, I'm going to play in the half-forward flank this week. And I thought, well, I played in the reserves on the wing last week. Does that mean he wants going to play me on the half-forward flank on the reserve this week? So I'm not really sure. And I think my eyes gave it away. He said, yes, you're going to play league footy this week. And I just couldn't believe it. I mean, my God, my whole life was just supporting Port Adelaide Footy Club. We lived at Cheltenham, just across the railway line from Albion Oval. My dad played, I think 100 reserve games for Port. My grandfather played for reserve support as well. So our whole family. So to think I can actually lace up this Guernsey in a league game, it was honestly a dream come true. And, it was really funny because I knew it wasn't far away.
Yeah.
Because I played some good games in Resi. I played some really good trials, prior to the season. But when he actually said you're playing league footy this week, I just couldn't believe it, and we played Sturt at Footy Park, and I remember running out and seeing Rick Davies and Jimmy Jerrington and Neil Craig and Peter Motley and Frankie Spiel, and on my side I've got the great Russ Levitt, Brian Cunningham, Tony Giles, Paul Belton, Timmy Evans, Craig Bradley. I'm running out with household names, and my heroes.
Of course, yes.
We're down at half time. And we got up and won. We got up and won by about 3 or 4 goals. And I just never forget going back to the club. The club is absolutely packed. I'm just a 16-year-old sitting in the corner, just drinking raspberry lemonade. Just saying, should I be here? So it was just, it was just absolutely fantastic. A memory that, really dear to my heart.
Well, mate, and you don't have to wait long. So the next year, mate, 1984, you're in the grand final against Norwood.
Yeah, that was it was like all of a sudden, bang! I'm playing a grand final, because it was funny you say that, because a couple of years earlier I went to the footy with a few lads from schools, and we bumped into one of the lads' parents, and one of the parents said, "Oh, Greg, it won't be long before you playing a grand final for Port Adelaide." And I thought, "Oh yeah, as if." Yeah. And funny, 3 years later, there I am running out in the ground, and unfortunately we lost that game, but it was a great game. You know what I mean? It was just one of those that it was right down the wire. Probably a couple of errors at Port Adelaide that cost us.
Yeah.
It was sold out. It was completely sold out within an hour. We're playing Norwood. It's a Norwood Grand Final.
Traditional rivals.
It was just wonderful to be part of, but very, very sad, to lose the game. But as you know, in sport, you think, oh, well, we'll do it next year. Can't wait for next year's grand final. But it took a long time to play another grand final. But so it was a great day, and we lost it.
Mate, a lot happened for you young in your career. So you're already at 16, you're playing state footy.
Yeah.
A year later, you're playing in a grand final.
Yeah.
3 years later, at 20, you win a Magarey medal.
Yeah.
Can you take us through the Magarey medal moment, mate?
Well, the year earlier, or 2 years earlier than that, I played my first state game in '84. Yep. So I'm 17 years old. I think it was on my 18th birthday.
Yep.
And I'm running out with Kernahan, Bradley. Our Rovers was Antrobus, Nayley, McGuinness, You know, I mean, some of the.
Biggest names.
I'm sorry, Johnny Platten.
Oh, Platten.
That was the four Rovers.
We'll come back to
you know,
Platten
so
in a
we've got
minute.
it's an amazing side. You look at the other side, and you've got the Van der Haar, and you've got Chris Mew. You got all these legends, Dermot Brereton, and you got Dippo. You got all these legends from Victoria that you only sort of see on TV a little bit in those days. All we had was the winners.
Yep.
But the one thing I'll never forget was running out of the race and looking down the southern end, and there was 10 cheer squads together. And I've never felt so proud of being a South Australian.
Yeah, okay.
Never felt so proud. Because I get booed. I was getting booed, like every week from the opposition. And all of a sudden,
They're all united.
We're all united. It was just, and I know you had that, week in, week out when you're coaching and playing, of course, with the basketball. But it was just something really unique for a young kid
of course.
Oh my God, I'm in a stateside. I shouldn't be here. I know I probably shouldn't be here, but I'm playing with the legends.
Did you have the same feeling you shouldn't have won the McGarry medal then? Mate, so far we've established you shouldn't have been at school. You've done a lot of things you shouldn't have done, mate.
I should still be at school. Yeah. That's what I should be.
Maybe you can get back in.
It was a year that
because the McGarry medal back then, mate. Sorry to cut you off. It was massive. It was like
massive,
winning the Brownlow. I mean,
yeah.
Unfortunately, we know things have changed, and not downplaying the McGarry medal, but back then when you win it, that was you're the toast of the state.
It was absolutely amazing, and I'll never forget because I got knocked out the day before, and so I got to the McGarry medal quite late because we had to play the next final the following Saturday, and so I got there sort of relatively late, and they called out all the votes, and I was leading, and they said I thought they said there was 30 votes to go. So I'm counting it, and I'm still in front, and I thought, okay, there's 30, okay, that's 19, there's 20, there's 10 more to go. And they said, congratulations, Greg Anderson, from Port Adelaide, you won the McGarry medal. And I'm going, so here everyone kept slapping me on the back saying, well, and I'm thinking, hang on, I think they still got 10 to go. But he actually said 20 when I watched the replay. So it was just fantastic. Because
who was runner-up?
Andrew Pays.
Fair
from
player.
West Torrens, great player, a great friend, and just a super guy. And he also played some great state footy as well, and we come very close with that as well. So it was an incredible night because you are right. All of a sudden you're representing Port Adelaide as a McGarry medalist out in the football world of South Australia because that's all we knew. So it was a little bit of responsibility as well. But I never forget going home. And I had a lot of the Port players sort of went back to mum and dad's because I was living at home then. And I remember getting in because Russell drove me to the McGarry and also back. And I never forget getting out of the car, and it was like one of those little movies. It was like this. There was 4 vans that were there, and they just all jumping out with cameras. Geez, what's going on? I didn't know what was going on. I thought I was getting attacked by, going to get thrown in one of these combi vans, and away I go. So it was a great memory. Great memory. Yeah.
And driving home with Russ, mate, you say, "Well done on getting one. I've got the 4."
He brought that up a couple of times. I remember him actually saying, there's 5 McGarry medals in this car.
Yeah, and well done, you've got one.
You've got one.
Hey, mate, it wasn't long after that. Become all Australian.
Yeah.
So, we talk about it in other sports that playing for your country, representing your country, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah,
it kind of wasn't so much that way. It was more South Australia v Victoria was the bigger event.
Huge event.
All Australian, did it?
Yeah,
where did it sit on the, mate, I've got a McGarry, I've got a state. I mean, now it's a much bigger deal.
Look, I think it was a really big deal then as well. Because you actually you put in a mould of say when I played for Australia in '86.
Yes.
And all the players that you hear about because we didn't know much about the Western Australians and the Victorians. And all of a sudden you're becoming a team. And I'll never forget singing our national anthem after we beat Ireland one of the tests. And it was really quite surreal. And it was like it wasn't like the Wallabies winning or when you've won at the Olympics singing that, because it was only the sort of 2 countries having a go at a sort of competition that we're taking a bit of this and taking a bit of that. But I feel it was still really nice.
Oh yeah.
But to then also in your peers to be named an All-Australian was
a great
absolutely
honour.
wonderful.
Hope you enjoyed part 1 of Greg Anderson. Part 2, we get stuck into Ando. What was it like leaving the Bombers to come back and play with the Crows?